You've probably been told that certain healthy foods are good for you, but modern research is revealing a very different truth. Some everyday foods are increasing inflammation, damaging metabolism, and speeding up aging, while simple natural foods can rebuild your energy, strength, and vitality at any age. Welcome to my YouTube channel, where we break down evidence-based nutrition, natural remedies, and powerful health habits inspired by functional medicine. An average egg gives you just 7 grams of protein for about 20 cents each, which works out to almost $3 per 100 grams of protein. But there are forgotten foods sitting on store shelves right now that give you 2, 3, even 4 times the protein for half the cost. And some of these foods don't just give protein. They deliver collagen, omega-3s, magnesium, and vitamin D, the exact compounds that eggs cannot provide. This is why the trillion-dollar food industry doesn't promote them. They don't want you buying 20 cents worth of lentils that can fuel you better than $2 worth of eggs. They don't want you to know that a can of sardines at $1 delivers not only 25 grams of protein, but also bones, vitamin D, and omega-3s in one serving. That ends here today. In this video, I'm revealing the 6 cheap foods that build muscle faster than eggs, ranked from number 6 all the way to number 1. And when we get to the final food, the one that gives you premium protein and bone-healing minerals for just pennies, you'll understand why it's been buried under decades of advertising lies. And just so you know, every study, every fact, every number I've mentioned is linked in the description. Don't take my word for it. Dig into the science yourself. Before we dive in, here's a quick question. What do you usually eat for breakfast? And how old are you? I love seeing answers from seniors in every corner of the world. And yes, we're in the comments daily, replying one by one like it's a personal letter. Now, without any further ado, let's start with number 6 in this countdown, and you'll see why. Eggs are no longer the king of muscle foods. Number 6, cottage cheese, 11 g protein, average price 40 cents to 60 cents per 100 gram. Cottage cheese is one of the cheapest, most underrated weapons against sarcopenia. While eggs cost more per serving and often get all the attention, cottage cheese quietly delivers 11 g of protein per 100 gram, plus calcium, phosphorus, B vitamins, and slow-digesting casein protein that keeps feeding your muscles for hours. That's what makes it so valuable for seniors. After an overnight fast, your muscles are in breakdown mode, searching for fuel. Cottage cheese doesn't just stop that breakdown, it drip feeds amino acids all morning, protecting and rebuilding your strength. Science backs this up. A 2012 study in the British Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who consumed casein-rich foods like cottage cheese had 25% greater muscle protein synthesis overnight compared to those who didn't. That effect carries into breakfast. When you eat cottage cheese, your muscles stay on for growth instead of slipping into decline. For seniors who've been losing up to 1% of muscle mass every year after 60, that protection is priceless. Meet Harold. He is 70 years old and retired from bus driving. He used to eat eggs every morning thinking they were enough, but his legs still shook when he stood too long. His daughter suggested swapping in cottage cheese with fruit a few mornings a week. Within weeks, Harold noticed something different. His thighs didn't feel as heavy when climbing steps, and his energy lasted longer into the day. The cheapest food in his fridge ended up giving him more power than the perfect protein he had relied on for years. People often skip cottage cheese because they think of it as bland or old-fashioned, but when paired with fruit, drizzled with honey, or even spread on whole grain toast, it becomes a tasty, versatile meal. And here's the real kicker. It's cheap. At just 40 cents to 60 cents per 100 g, it gives you high-quality protein at a lower cost than eggs, meat, or fancy powders. That means seniors on a budget don't have to sacrifice strength. Cottage cheese proves that building muscle at 70 or even 80 doesn't require expensive foods. Sometimes the cheapest item in the dairy aisle is exactly what your body has been begging for. But as impressive as cottage cheese is, the next food doesn't just protect your muscles. It powers them with fast energy and essential fats eggs simply can't provide. Number 5, oats, 17 g protein. Average price, 15 to 20 cents per 100 gram. Oats are often dismissed as just carbs, but here's the truth. They're one of the cheapest, most complete muscle foods you can buy. At 17 g of protein per 100 gram, oats provide more protein than an equal serving of eggs, and they come loaded with extra benefits that eggs simply don't deliver. Each serving brings a powerful combination of protein, iron, magnesium, zinc, and soluble fiber. For seniors, that mix is critical because it doesn't just feed muscle growth. It also fuels circulation, stabilizes blood sugar, and keeps energy steady all morning. A 2015 study in the Journal of Nutrition, Health, and Aging showed that seniors who consumed higher intakes of whole grains, including oats, had better muscle function and 15% lower risk of frailty compared to those who rarely ate them. That's because oats provide beta-glucan, a special type of fiber that lowers cholesterol and improves circulation. Better blood flow means your muscles actually receive the oxygen and nutrients they need to grow, something protein from eggs alone can't guarantee. Meet Frank. He is 68 years old and retired from postal work. For years, he ate only scrambled eggs at breakfast, but still felt sluggish by mid-morning. When he switched to a bowl of overnight oats with milk and nuts, he was shocked. His energy lasted until lunch. His legs felt steadier on his morning walk, and he didn't feel the crash that used to leave him dozing in his chair. What he thought was cheap, filler ended up being one of the strongest muscle-building staples in his pantry. The cost makes them unbeatable. At just 15 to 20 cents per 100 g, oats provide almost double the protein of eggs at a fraction of the price. That makes them one of the most budget-friendly tools for seniors trying to build strength-unlimited incomes. Oats prove that real muscle foods don't have to be expensive or complicated. They're cheap, powerful, and scientifically proven to help seniors fight back against sarcopenia. But while oats deliver steady fuel and minerals, the next food adds something eggs could never give you: healthy fats that directly repair muscle cells and lower inflammation. Number 4, chickpeas, 19 g protein. Average price 25 cents per 100 gram canned. Chickpeas may look like a simple bean, but they're a senior's secret weapon against sarcopenia. At 19 grams of protein per 100 gram, canned chickpeas beat eggs on both protein content and affordability. They also deliver a rare combination of fiber, potassium, magnesium, and iron. Nutrients your muscles and bones can't function without. For seniors, that matters because muscle loss isn't just about shrinking fibers. It's also about poor circulation, weak nerves, and fragile bones. Chickpeas hit all those targets in one cheap filling package. The science speaks for itself. A 2016 review in the Journal of Nutrition confirmed that higher legume intake, including chickpeas, was linked to greater muscle strength and lower frailty scores in older adults. Why? Because legumes like chickpeas are rich in leucine, an amino acid many plant foods lack. Leucine is essential for collagen production, which keeps joints strong and muscles connected to bones. Eggs don't provide fiber or anywhere near the same amount of leucine, making chickpeas a more complete option for older adults. Meet George. He is 72 years old and retired from landscaping. He relied on scrambled eggs every morning, but still struggled with weak legs by lunchtime. His daughter introduced him to chickpea salad wraps, and within weeks, he felt a difference. He noticed less cramping during his garden walks and said he felt full but light instead of sluggish. What he once thought was a side dish turned out to be one of the cheapest, most effective muscle foods he had ever tried. Chickpeas are also versatile. They can be mashed into hummus, roasted into crunchy snacks, or tossed into soups and stews. For seniors with chewing difficulties, hummus is especially useful. It delivers the protein without the effort of chewing meat or dense foods, and the cost is unbeatable. At just 25 cents per 100 gram canned, chickpeas deliver more protein per penny than eggs or even most meats. That means seniors on tight budgets can still eat meals that actively fight sarcopenia without draining their wallets. Chickpeas prove that fighting muscle loss doesn't have to involve expensive powders or rare superfoods. Sometimes the solution is sitting in a humble can on the bottom shelf of the grocery store. But while chickpeas give you strength and stamina, the next food adds something even more powerful: healthy fats that actively repair muscle cells and protect your heart at the same time. Before we move on, tap that like button and subscribe. The most shocking part is still coming. Number 3, peanut butter, 22 g protein. Average price, 50 cents to $1 per $100 grain. Peanut butter isn't just a childhood favorite. It's one of the cheapest, most powerful protein boosters for seniors fighting sarcopenia. At 22 grams of protein per 100 gray, peanut butter delivers more protein than eggs, plus healthy fats, magnesium, vitamin E, and potassium. Together, these nutrients rebuild muscle fibers, lower inflammation, and keep your energy stable throughout the day. Unlike eggs, which only provide protein, peanut butter gives your muscles both the raw materials to grow and the fuel to perform. A 2017 study in the European Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who regularly ate nuts and nut-based spreads had a 35% lower risk of frailty compared to those who didn't. The reason nut proteins are rich in arginine, an amino acid that boosts nitric oxide production that widens blood vessels, improves circulation, and gets oxygen to muscles faster. Eggs can't do that. Better circulation means stronger legs, steadier balance, and faster recovery after even light activity. Meet David. He is 69 years old and retired from teaching. He always started his day with 2 boiled eggs, but he still felt his arms tiring when lifting groceries. His grandson convinced him to try peanut butter on whole grain toast. Within a few weeks, David noticed he could carry bags without pausing, and his grip strength improved. That spoonful of peanut butter gave his muscles the boost eggs had failed to deliver for years. The best part, it's cheap and versatile. At 50 cents to $1 per $100 gram, peanut butter gives you more protein per penny than most meats, cheeses, or supplements. Spread it on toast, stir it into oatmeal, or blend it into smoothies. It's easy, tasty, and senior-friendly. And because it's calorie-dense, it's perfect for seniors who struggle with appetite but still need nutrients to fight sarcopenia. Peanut butter proves that you don't need fancy powders or expensive meats to rebuild strength. Sometimes the cheapest jar on the grocery shelf holds the muscle power you've been missing. And if peanut butter can deliver this much strength, just wait until you see the next food. It's a seafood option so packed with protein and omega-3s that it outshines eggs by miles. Number 2, lentils, 25 gram, protein. Average price 20 to 25 cents per 100 gram dried. Lentils might be one of the cheapest foods in the world, but when it comes to fighting sarcopenia, they're worth their weight in gold. At 25 grams of protein per 100 grams, dried lentils pack more protein than eggs, and they come loaded with iron, magnesium, potassium, and folate. That combination makes them one of the most complete and affordable muscle-building foods for seniors, even at 80. Unlike eggs, which give you protein and little else, lentils fuel both muscle fibers and the red blood cells that deliver oxygen to those fibers. A 2019 study in Nutrients found that seniors who consumed legumes like lentils 4 or more times a week had a 22% lower risk of frailty and better physical performance scores compared to those who ate them rarely. The reason lentils are packed with leucine, the amino acid that triggers the muscle-building switch in iron, which prevents fatigue by ensuring muscles get enough oxygen. Without these, even the best protein source falls flat. Eggs can't compete with that kind of nutrient package. Meet Charles. He is 73 years old and retired from plumbing. For decades, he leaned on eggs for breakfast, believing they were the ultimate food. But his legs still felt heavy on his morning walks. His wife began cooking lentil soup a few mornings a week, and within a month, he noticed something shocking. His legs didn't ache as much, and he walked further without stopping. He realized a food that cost pennies was doing more for him than the eggs he'd been paying extra for all those years. Best of all, they're incredibly affordable. At just 20 to 25 cents per 100 grams dried, lentils provide one of the highest protein per penny ratios in the entire grocery store. For seniors on fixed incomes, that means you don't have to choose between budget and health. You can have both. Lentils prove that building muscle doesn't require expensive powders or animal protein. Sometimes the cheapest bag in the pantry contains the strength your body has been begging for. But if lentils are this powerful, the number 1 food on our list is even more shocking. It's cheap, packed with protein, and backed by studies showing it can reverse muscle loss faster than anyone expected. Number 1, sardines, canned with bones, 25g protein. Average price, 80 cents to $1 per $100 gram. Sardines are the ultimate underdog food for seniors. Cheap, overlooked, and often sitting at the very bottom of the grocery shelf, sardines pack a muscle-building punch that leaves eggs in the dust. At 25 grams of protein per 100 gram, they deliver the same amount as lentils, but with the added power of calcium, vitamin D, omega-3 fatty acids, phosphorus, and collagen. And when you buy them canned with bones, you're getting a rare trifecta. Muscle growth, bone strength, and joint repair in one affordable food. The science is undeniable. A 2015 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who consumed more omega-3 fatty acids gained 20% more muscle during exercise programs compared to those who didn't. Saran are one of the richest sources of omega-3s, which reduce inflammation in muscles and joints, allowing fibers to rebuild faster. Adding calcium and vitamin D from the tiny edible bones, and you're protecting against osteoporosis at the same time. Eggs can't touch this kind of nutrient package. Meet Richard. He is 75 years old and retired from truck driving. He used to eat 3 eggs every morning, but his legs still felt stiff and weak. His grandson convinced him to try sardines on whole grain toast. At first, Richard wrinkled his nose, but within a few weeks, he noticed something remarkable. His knees ached less. His walks around the block felt easier, and he had more energy in the afternoons. The food he once dismissed as cheap fish turned out to be the best muscle fuel he ever eaten. Cost is another reason sardines deserve the top spot. At just 80 cents to $1 per $100 ghee, they're cheaper than most meats and far less expensive than supplements. For seniors on tight budgets, sardines deliver complete nutrition without breaking the bank. And they're shelf-stable, easy to store, and ready to eat straight from the can. Sardines prove that the most powerful foods are often the ones hiding in plain sight. Affordable, nutrient-dense, and scientifically proven to fight muscle loss. They are the single best breakfast upgrade for seniors who want to build strength, even at 80. So here's the truth. Eggs may have been called the perfect protein for decades, but science proves they're not enough. Relying on eggs alone is like trying to build a house with only bricks and no mortar. You'll never get the full structure. Your body needs more than protein. It needs the right balance of amino acids, minerals, omega-3s, collagen, and slow-burning energy. And the shocking part, the foods that provide all this are cheap, accessible, and hiding in plain sight. Cottage cheese, oats, chickpeas, peanut butter, lentils, and sardines. Yeah, that they form a toolkit for rebuilding muscle at any age, even at 80. They're not fancy superfoods. They're not overpriced powders or pills. They're the overlooked staples your muscles have been starving for. Every one of these foods is packed with more protein per penny than eggs, and each one delivers nutrients eggs can't provide. Calcium for bones, omega-3s for joints, fiber for steady energy, magnesium for contractions, collagen for tendons and ligaments. It's not just about slowing muscle loss, it's about flipping the switch and regaining strength you thought was gone forever. The choice is in front of you every morning. Will you keep relying on eggs and watch muscle loss creep in year after year? Or will you fill your plate with foods that science shows can fight sarcopenia head-on? Imagine waking up stronger instead of weaker. Imagine carrying groceries without pausing, climbing steps without fear, and living with the energy to enjoy life again. That's not wishful thinking. That's what these 6 foods can do when you make them part of your breakfast. And the best part, they don't drain your wallet. At a time when food prices keep climbing, these staples prove you don't need wealth to buy back your strength. Just smart choices backed by research. So now I want to hear from you. What's the first food you're going to try or eat? Team lentils, cottage cheese, peanut butter, or sardines? Drop your answer in the comments below. We're reading and replying to every single one like it's a personal message because your story could inspire another senior to make the change. Don't forget to like this video, share it with a friend who needs to hear this truth, and subscribe for more senior health tips because your next breakfast could be the meal that brings your strength back even at 80. Your voice matters. Add your questions or experiences in the comments, and let's keep the conversation going. Thanks for watching.